Okay, Alex, go put some towers while I farm.
Leave it in my hands.
Alex,
Um,
where did you get that tower?
which tower?
Actually, if we are going to talk about forgotten things, I would have to start as you already saw with the towers. Since thanks to the Discord votes, which by the way join, if you are not there, I see that not everyone remembers it. So I will start with the only tower that I remembered apart from the admin towers, the Void Miner. This tower was planned to be a reward when you passed the hidden wave. And well, what did it do? This tower had a function similar to the farm, but instead of generating money, it collected corruption, causing that in any mode where this tower was placed, the hidden wave would be activated, of course having enough corruption generated until the end of the game. The tower really remained more of an option for the developers than a tower for the players. But if we want a tower that the players really had, but that was the most forgotten tower. According to the survey, it was the Yeehaw. Ha, did you really think you remembered it? And that you had played with it? Well, if you think that I'm afraid to say that this and this are not the same, this is the maximum level of the old cowboy. But this is the tower itself. Really, this tower was left private since just by putting this tower you received two impressive buffs. First, 100% rate of fire, and 200% more damage. To put it in perspective, this is the speed at which a gladiator hits at 100% rate of fire, abysmal. But let's see, if we continue like this, then I would have to talk first about the administrator towers, and really we all know what they are. We have the War Machine that really, being strict, this tower is available for moderators, but thanks to its statistics, which, well, no joke with this. 200 DPs and a 20% damage buff to nearby towers makes this tower not going to be added to the public, because, well, it would totally break the game. We have the case of the base mecha tower that, well, basically you can take it as some cars with some good tuning. But let's see here, we are going to talk about towers that in fact are thought of being added, but of course they have been forgotten. Well, this has been forgotten by some very old TDS players. Below was about to reach a goal on Twitter, and as a reward for achieving it, he was going to give away a tower called the Clout God, which generated some controversy when he presented it to the public. This tower and this tower began to be compared, and well, you can guess what game the other tower is from, Tower Battles, which, well, we all know here that Below likes to be inspired by some things. Anyway, the goal was met, but the tower was not added. Although if we are fair, it was added but in the form of a skin to the Hunter's Tower, the Twitter Hunter. And well, let's go with more towers to move on to the next section. We have the Operator, Kingpin, and Juggernaut. And let's see why I say them together. Well, these towers belong to something that they were going to add, the Evolved Towers. Well, when we are going to farm coins in TDs that, oh look what a surprise, I would be going to watch this video. Well, one of the main objectives are the golden boxes, since these make certain towers have better statistics. Well, something like that were the Evolved Towers, which right now I will put the respective towers for each one. As you see, it is a similar idea to the golden boxes, and I really think that this was the first option before they thought of the skins and the golden perks. And well, now to close with a flourish, we have the tower with the greatest possibility of coming to light. But that really, if the developers continue to forget, it will be quite difficult. The Hacker. This tower may be quite well known and remembered by some, since it was back in 2020 when Bello did a survey, where the next tower to be added to the game would be chosen, which, well, now seeing the options, they seem something similar to me. Well, the fact is that of all the options, the Hacker won. And, well, this tower was intended to be one of the hardcore category, along with the Engineer and the base mecha Hacker due to the nature of these towers. So we will only know until they decide to add it. Now let's move on to a quick section, the maps. In this section, we will stop talking about things forgotten by the developers. We will talk about you. Yes, you're... Well, I will put the most forgotten maps and, well, the oldest ones to see if you still remember them. Well, I'll start with the so-called winner of the poll that was done on Discord. To my surprise, the most forgotten was the one I remember the most, Winter. Which, well, here the only thing I remember was playing the Golden mode, which, by the way, that's a story for another video. Well, we have the Colosseum map, which, well, the truth is this map, I don't know if it was intentional, but there is a similar map in the current TDs. We have the Doomspire map, which, well, in its time was one of the most difficult, since in fact I remember that you could only put it on the clouds, and I think in the towers themselves. And, well, I have no idea if those who voted remembered this map. But the one that was most remembered was the Candy Valley, or Candy Valley. Well, to conclude with the forgotten things, I'm going to first mention the medals. Because, look, do you remember this medal? Or this one? Most likely not, because they were not even public. But, well, there are several hidden or cancelled emblems that TDS has. And, well, here I show them to you. The first one is called Solo Player, which good to get this medal you would need to complete a map alone in all the modes of that time. We have On the Edge of Death, which I really think is one of the most challenging. To get it, you would have to win Attentive, that little joke fails with 1 life, and from there is the Triumphant one, that consisted of winning all the modes in a map. Also double the lanes, double the power, that would be given to those who competed some map with 2 lanes. That, by the way, thanks to this comment, I remembered that the devs wanted to add a map of 5 roads, and here I would need the OGs of TDs to see if this was really planned or not. And well, finally we have the emblem Party of the Apocalypse that would be given if you DJ managed to affect 25 towers at once. And well, I would like to conclude with several things. The first thing forgotten by the developers is the lore of TDs. Although I am thinking of making a video trying to make a lore of Ts. Well, the lore of TDs, in my opinion, began or in the live event of Hardcore, or in an event that we all know, the Umbra. Well, if it was here, we would have few things to explain, since I really do not believe that even the developers have established the lore, but there seems to be a connection, and the strongest of these is the purple cube. Not that one, this purple cube that, although you would think that it has been seen only 2 times, there are several theories, such as the one of the Christmas trailer, where at the end an unknown enemy was shown to us, but well, really, although they have tried to have some lore in TDs, they are still disconnected things. In addition to the fact that, although I do not remember this, Cadet tells us that there was going to be a story mode separate from the normal game. Although, well, this even he does not remember well. So let's say that they were more rumors than anything else. And well, to conclude, I would like to first talk about something that perhaps everyone saw, but does not remember. I am talking about the skins. And who? Well, first of all, about the Minigunner King that was going to be added for the VIPs at that time, but in the end, as it happened with everything else, it did not happen. And perhaps this in the same way you have it in your inventory if you played around 2021. But, well, at this point you ignore it. And I am talking about this box, which the most normal thing would be for you to have 2. This, at the beginning, they said that the second part of the event, or something like that. But today, the devs in the first place do not eliminate it, and in the second, they do not give any news about these boxes. And well, with this, we would end today's video. I hope to have refreshed your mind on some things and caused nostalgia, but without anything else to say, we will see you next time.